Hey guys, it's Vanity, Ezel back with Carpe Vanguard, as in the Vanity weekly reviews. So if you guys enjoyed them, like, comment, subscribe, and story. So this time we are covering the final reveals from DC Set 6 because today, or technically tomorrow, the day this goes up, there's going to be Ezel's reveals, which is going to be fun. So let's start, shall we, and see what we got with the last Set 6 cards, because honestly, I've begun to enjoy them. And of course, I've begun to enjoy them during the most stressful week of my life because, yeah, it's all finals week, and I still have a bunch of deck profiles to record and a lot of finals to finish, and one of them is due the day after this goes up. But you know, we're going to live with what we got. First today we have Elegant Maiden Jiamu, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rearguard. When your unit is attacked, retire one of your token units that's not being attacked, and then choose whatever unit is being attacked against 5,000 power for the battle. So essentially, this is Roroa on a rearguard, which would be fine if its ability was like when another unit is retired via your own abilities, give someone 5k. But because it basically is the exact same skill as Roroa, I'm not inclined to like it. But what I do like, though, is it does give Roroa's, like, murder something, give 5k ability to every other Stoicheia deck that run tokens. So all-around Gel Miyu is not a bad grade 1, it's not an amazing grade 1, so I'm going to welcome as a 2 of those because it, again, gives Roroa's ability to pretty much every single grade 3 in Stoicheia. Or not just every single grade 3, every single Vanguard in Stoicheia, or just every single unit in Stoicheia. Then we have In the Silvery Frost, grade 1 normal order, choose one of your rear guards against 5,000 power ton of your turn for each one of your grade 1 rear guards. So essentially, in all the Gram Rush Stoicheia decks, this is going to be a 25k normal order. All around, In the Silvery Frost is a very solid order. It adds a bunch of numbers to one unit, and it can honestly be the reason you win if you just power stack enough, so it's a solid 2 over 3 of. Especially in Claudine, because you're going to have a bunch of rear guards that are grade 1 or less. Then we have Marine General of Circular Current, Cell Ghost, grade 3 jump 13k base, auto and retired from rearguard circle by opponent's card's ability, Soul Boss 1 draw a card. Again, I hate these grades 3s, I wish these did not exist, or at least I wish they actually benefited a specific deck, but you know what, it's fine, it's a draw for a Soul Blast. It could have been by its own abilities by retired because, you know, Tearful Mass is a thing, but we take what we got, it's a 2 of. Then we have Pharaoh Maiden Sendy, grade 2 instead of 5k shield, 10k base, auto rearguard. When your rearguard is retired by your card's ability during your turn specifically, she gets 5,000 power for the turn. Okay, so essentially we have Momoke who can combo with this, because if Momoke kills, let's just say, a Red Lena in front of it because you have a way to call it back, and then 2 other rear guards, Momoke is going to be added 20k, Sendy's going to get a plus 15, so 25 overall. All around, Sendy is not bad, honestly. She does get a good amount of numbers from rear guards being killed, and if Stoicheia ever makes like another deck that isn't Roroa, that like makes a bunch of rear guards and murders them all at once, and then remakes them and then possibly murders them again, Sendy will honestly be really broken. You know, but you do it. No balls you won't. You just got rid of Roroa permanently thanks to the Cross Epic story ending, so I think it's about time we get a another version of that, so 3 over 4 of. Then we have Drag Rid of Not Hit, aka, I think the biggest shock to everyone, because I think when I first saw this thing get revealed, I went to a YouTube video, and I swear I saw someone in the comments saying, Koti Blaze gets support this set, so yeah, I guess the I think these guys came from Youthquake, the Youthquake guys could support these set, or at least Koti Blaze, Grandangama, the Dark States one, and the Stoicheia one, Starinja gets support, because I saw one card specifically from Keter with the Undercover, but I'm counting like these 3 as support because the other 3 actually did get support, like the 3 cards in total, the Undercover one only got 1, and I don't know where the hell the Brankit support is, but you know, we take what we got. Did Brankit get 1? I think Brankit got 1. I honestly don't remember. Anyways, good on boost, 5k shield, 8k base with Drag Rid of Not Hit. Auto and discard from the hand during your turn. Put this card to soul. Cool, it's a way to soul charge for Cote Blaze, so you get more different names in there. And then auto rearguard when you're using the same column as this unit stands by the ability of a grade 3 good event Cote Blaze in the card name. Soul Blast 1. Okay, choose one rearguard same column as this unit and stand it. Okay, my issue with this is that it does take into the soul of Koti Blaze. On the upside, your ride deck will never have the same name as things on board, except for maybe the grade 2. So, on the bright side, you at least have 2 free soul, the grade 1 and the grade 0, to soul blast out, and then stand a rear guard either in front of it, or stand itself, so you can end up standing unit, well actually it's being unit saying column as it, but you get my point. Point is, you get a column restand with Not Hit. All around, not a bad grade 1, could be worse, but he does end up sending himself to soul when he's discarded via any means during your turn, so all around, Not Hit's not bad as a grade 1, so I'm willing to give it like a 3 of, not a 4 of, because, you know, multiple copies, and it does get you a column stand for soul blast 1. Then we have Burnt Lead Salamander, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. This thing is honestly so cute, and it has a guard skill, so 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't run this because I don't like using defensive cards. I'd rather use offensive cards, but because it's genuinely so cute to me, and I would like hold this thing in my hand, just like snuggle it like a little teddy bear, yeah, I'm gonna run this as a 4 of. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto and put on rear guard circle. If you have a Vanguard that's grade 3 guard of Kota Blaze until end of the turn, or guard circle, I don't know why it says rear guard circle, but if it was plus on guard circle, Vanguard's grade 3 guard of Kota Blaze to end the battle, it gets auto and retire from guard circle, you may shove this to soul and give it 5,000 shield. So 10k shield, Nice to have. It can go to soul, so on the next turn you can call out a copy of it from hand, and now you have a restand fodder with it. And that's going to be my reason that I run it. Not because it's cute and that I would hold it like a little baby, it's got a little blue and red fire over there. No, it's because I can guard with it, and then on the next turn call a second one, and then sand with it. Yeah, that's definitely the reason why I'm running it. Not because it's a cute little baby salamander. It's like an axolotl, like the, like the thing from Gravity Falls. That is such like a random thing notice, but yeah, you get my point. For a Burnland salamander. Then we have Scorching Burner Dragon, probably the most badass looking support card. Honestly, I wasn't even caring about Koto Blaze this set. I didn't even think of it, or I kind of thought about it. But then after seeing these three, I was like, you know what? Bet. I'll bet a Koto Blaze set just because all these cards look awesome as hell. Grade 2 and 5 Kishio 10k base. All don't place on Rearguard Circle. If your Vanguards are grade 3, get a Koto Blaze. Yeet a grade 2 less card from your hand to soul, and this unit gets 5 to the power for the turn. Cool, it sends literally any grade 2 less from your hand to soul. That way you can set up your restanders on board, which is amazing. It's a 15k, and it can send itself to soul because it is exactly grade 2 less, meaning you can possibly restand itself that turn. Honestly, Koto Blaze got some really good support this set. It got a self-discarder, it got a column restander, it got a, if I can get back to it, a guard unit, and not to mention the fact it got a really good, just like grade 2 basic overall. I do hate the fact that I have to do more deck profiles the week after finals and technically the week of finals, but you know what? I'm going to give this deck the pass because honestly, I think the Koto Blaze cards are really cool. Then we have our Vermilion stuff. So Vermilion did get revealed last week. First up, we have Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, The Blood. I would play the anime scene where Kai wrote it, except I know for a damn fact I'm going to get copyright struck for it, so I'm not even going to risk it. Grade 3 to 9%, 13k base, contains Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if your soul has OG Vermilion in it, this unit gets 5,000 power, so 18k base regardless. And then if your opponent's Vanguards are grade 3 or greater, he gets a crit, and then your entire front or rear guards also get 5k. So half persona right to your board, essentially once your opponent's at grade 3, and he gets a crit on top of it, so nice crit pressure. Then his skill is almost the exact same verbatim as OG Vermilion. It's funny, I just did my Vermilion deck profile before I did this video. Act Vanguard once per turn, Soulbox 1. So of your turn, when this unit would attack, choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, and this unit attacks the Vanguard and all those units on the chosen rear guard circles. So nice that he can attack 3 units at once, again with a double crit pressure. The day Vanguard, or the day Bushy gives the Vanguard the ability to deal damage even when it swings into a rear guard. Oh, that's going to be fun. And then auto Vanguard once per turn. At the end of this unit attack, if you play the normal order this turn and your opponent's damage has 4 less cards in it, ditch your hand, cards in the opponent's Vanguard, deal it 1 damage. Okay. All around, it is a solid upgrade because it takes Vermilion's OG power gaining effect and takes it up a level by not just restricting it to specifically Narukami units, but anything that's in the front row once you have OG Vermilion and Soul, and he also gives himself an extra critical. The thing I don't like about this is A, it costs a Soul Blast now instead of a CB, which is kind of annoying because, a lot of the good Soul Blasters in Narukami, or at least for D-Narukami, such as Dragonic Death Scythe and Rising Phoenix, exist, and you don't want to eat into the soul with them. But at the same time, at least it doesn't cost CB, so you don't have to really worry about running like generic CB cards in Dragon Empire because they're really good and they might conflict with the Blood, because it doesn't. Overall, the Blood is a good upgrade. I don't like it though as an upgrade on the simple grounds of it just feels the exact same as the other one, considering this skill is literally verbatim the exact same skill as OG Vermilion had, and this skill is exactly verbatim the OG Vermilion had, except the power gain effect is split into its own subsection, and then this cost was literally just changed to Soul Boss instead of CB. So I don't hate it, but I don't think it's the best either. So you run it because it's the best form of the Blood. Honestly, it's just a better Vermilion, but that doesn't mean I think it's the best evolution that came out of the set. That definitely. Actually, I don't know who that. I might. No, that goes to Favnir. That easily goes to Favnir. Then we have some nice support cards, which honestly makes this thing amazing. First, we have Demonic Dragon Nymph Kashin. Grade 2 and 5 Kishio 10k base. Continues if your Vanguard's an Narukami. She's also an Narukami unit. All placed on rear guards are from the hand. If your Vanguard's only an Narukami, check the top 7 for up to either one Vermilion card and Narukami for his clan, or up to 1 Eternal Thunderbolt. Reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle the deck. If you reveal a card, choose any card from your hand and either put it to soul or discard it. Okay, cool. Good things about this. First off, she's an Narukami, so aka she's searchable via Thunderstorm Dragoon. Second part, she can be placed on a hand during any point in the game, meaning once you're at grade 2, just by normal calling, not assuming you find a way to superior call her while you're at grade 1 or even grade 0, but once you place her down, regardless of what grade your Vanguard's at, yeet a hand card to soul after you check the top 7, hopefully hitting a Vermilion or a Narukami, Narukami Vermilion or Eternal Thunderbolt, and you get to send a hand card to soul or just ditch Thunderbolt to drop zone, so easy way to get OG Vermilion in soul right there. And then auto rear guard, when this unit attacks, if your Vanguard's a grade 3 grade Vermilion, she can CB1 to get plus 9,000 power. At the end of that turn, you bind her. Upsides to this, she keeps that 10k for the turn, so that ability is stackable. She gets bound at the end of the turn, so again, that ability can be used again if you stand her via something like Follow Nut. And the most important part, this ability does not require her to swing into a grade 3. Meaning, if you find the way to go lethal while your opponent's at turn 2 because maybe you just overrush them with the Blood over here, you have that ability to do so for only 1 CB. Caution is an amazing grade 2. She gets you a top 7 search for either Vermilion or Thunderbolt, is a cheap and easy way to get OG Vermilion into Soul. She's an Narukami, so she's applicable via every Narukami-based effect in D and in Premium. And not to mention the fact she's a 20k beat stick regardless of what grade the opponent's at that can possibly go for lethal on turn 2. 4 of Caution, amazing grade 2. I don't know more to say about her. Then we have Bellicosity Dragon, a grade 2 with an 5k shield, 10k base, who honestly, in any deck that only has one clan, aka an encounter deck, this thing is amazing. So continuous, if you have one Vanguard if your Vanguard only has one clan and G-Zone has no cards, this card gets all the following. First up is auto when it's placed on rearguard circle, Energy Blast 3, shove a hand card to soul, draw 2 cards. Okay, another cheap and easy way to get a Vermilion into soul, wink wink, nudge nudge, though the intended way is to use OG Overlord, send that to soul while you're on the end to draw 2 cards. Though again, this ability is proccable regardless of what grade your Vanguard's at, so you're good to go. And then auto rearguard when your Vanguard attacks, it gets 5,000 power for the turn. That's the reason why I say it's intended for Overlord, because Vermilion outside of the over is only going to attack once, but Overlord is always going to attack twice. If you count the over, it will attack 3 times. But all around, Bellicosity is really good for just overall number gaining with multi-attack decks, but it gets you a free soul card and 2 draws out of it, which bumps up any deck that needs a specific card in soul. So 2 of to 3 of to even 4 of Bellicosity, depending on what your deck is, as long as it has a clan, as long as you don't have a G-Zone. Then we have our Grand Dogma cards. Preacher of the Foundation Arts Parada, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base, auto when placed on a rearguard circle. CB1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards retire until end of your opponent's next turn. Cards with Grand Dogma and their card names in your bind zone cannot be moved to other zones by your opponent's card effects, aka the one out that there was to Grand Dogma, which was Shoujo Doji, no longer exists because your opponent can't touch them. And not to mention the fact you just kill a rearguard on place, meaning you trigger Sacrifice Glass's ability to end up energy charging because something was killed that turn, and then continues rearguard to guard circle. If your bind zone has a card with Grand Dogma in its card name, this unit also gets 5,000 power and 5,000 shield after one player's turn. So 15k base power, 10k shield, all around, very good grade 2. Protects your Grand Dogmas and bind zone from being targeted, meaning they can't stop you from basically doing the Superior Ride. I think Superior Stand is what Grand Dogma does. It's been a while since I've seen the card, but also gets a rearguard kill, so combos well with Sacrifice Glass, and is even a 15k base and a 10k shield. Easy grade 2 to love. It's an amazing 4 of. Then we have Document Decipher, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rear, or 5k base actually, auto rearguard when your opponent's rearguard's placed during your turn. If your opponent's vanguards are grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 5,000 power for the turn. I don't remember what Sacrifice Glass under Grand Dogma does. I don't even know what deck this is supposed to be used for, because to my memory, no Dark States deck outside of one random card that I can't even remember the name of calls to the opponent's field. But I mean, cool. If you find a way to place your opponent's rearguards during your turn, 5k, I guess. 2 over 3 of. Then we have Abbot Realtor, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto when you put on guard circle. If you have a Dragon Tree marker on your rearguard circle, and to end a battle, this unit gets auto and retire from guard circle, shove to soul, and 5k shield. Okay, 10k shield, use up to soul. Again, I'm not a big fan of the generic cards, but it's trying to bring back Draco Tree, so I'm not fully against it. At least these guys actually have a direction they're trying to go in, and not Soul Blast one when specifically the opponent kills them to draw. So I'll give this thing the benefit of the doubt and say 2 over 3 of it. It also has the moon in the background, so I'm slightly biased towards that. Then we have our Starhesia cards, which are honestly pretty cool, and that's coming from the guy that doesn't like Starhesia, so there you go. Effectless Pearl Persinas, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. This honestly looks really cool. I mean, he has the trident from Divine Intervention over here, and he has just a really cool red armor. Auto rearguard when you're other in the same column as it stands by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Starhesia in the card name. Shove this unit to soul to draw a card, choose one music, get 5,000 power for the turn. So stand the thing that this thing originally boosted with Starhegia's effect, then send this to soul, give that unit or whatever of the 2 standing units that you stood from effects that isn't going to hit without power, 5k, and then you draw a card to replace this thing. I don't need to tell you why that's a 4 of, especially because this does not require the opponent to be at any specific grade at all, so 4 of. Then we have Noble of Sorrow and Lament Devitt, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base. I knew I saw a rainbow in your background. You see, the last few days I've been seeing a rainbow everywhere in the reflections of stuff, so I thought when I first saw this that I was just seeing shit, but no, I was right, there was a rainbow here. I love his blue art, the white art of it. It all just feels so natural for his card scheme. Anyways, auto and placed on rearguard circle. If you have a grade 3 get a Vanguard Star Hard in the card name, discard a card from your hand, or search your extra 1 coded card reveal, put your hand, shuffle your deck. Okay, AK, ditch 1 on place once you're on a grade 3 to search your deck for your order. Not bad, easy search, it doesn't cost CB, it doesn't cost soul. I'm willing to give it a 3 over 4 of it. It's just a good card to use. Then we have Giddy Palisophrus, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rearguard when you play a Codex, order this unit gets 5,000 power for the turn. Okay, max we'll ever get is 18 unless Bushy ends up making a third order and then finds a way to allow you to play 3 orders in one turn. In that case, that'll be a 23k base. I don't think they'll ever do that, especially because we've been asking for a third Battle Arms for a while now, and Bushy has us to do that, but you know, we take what we get. Either way, Giddy, it's at least a nice unit to swing with and or boost with, because again, it's like a 18k, 13 to 18 at the very least, so pretty solid great one to have 2 over 3 of.
And time for our final reveals for set 6. First up is Lady Battle of the Black Dwarf, grade 2 intercept, 5k shield, 10k base, auto rearguard, generation break 1. When this unit attacks into anything, if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Messiah, choose one of your other rearguards and it gets 5,000 power for the turn, and if you do at the end of the battle, lock this unit. So she can strengthen up another rearguard and she can end up blocking herself, so you can do a little bit more multi-attack combos with Messiah, so that's pretty cool. And then auto drop zone GB3, when your G unit with only Link Joker for your clan is placed on Vanguard Circle, CB1 calls card to rearguard circle. Okay, honestly, she's a pretty good grade 2. She has the ability to lock other stuff and initiate multi-attack with stuff like Amnesty and Harmonics, but also at the same time, or not Harmonics, what's it called, Excellence, but at the same time it does work with like Harmonics to some extent, but like every other Messiah, Strident Premium. But then with her GB3 skill specifically, she'll end up calling herself back, so even if your opponent hits you with a very powerful attack and you're barely still standing afterwards, as long as you can get to a stride, you can call her back for only 1 CB. All around, very solid grade 2 to have. I think it's great for the Messiah deck, so 4 of. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, grade 4, 15k base, triple drive, Genesis Dragon, Transels Messiah. The standard stride step stuff doesn't require a specific Messiah discard for it. And then auto Vanguard GB3, when this unit attacks into a Vanguard, CB1 to unlock all of your locked cards, go to the same number of your opponent's rear cards and number of face-up cards in your G zone and lock them. So bare minimum, this thing's locking 3 cards. Fun. And then, well, technically 2 cards, because GB3 implies that you can flip over 2 cards in your G zone with, I think it's Amnesty is the one that flips, and then just go straight into Transos the next turn, so at least 2. But anyways, choose the center of your rear guards, the number of face-up Transoses in the G zone, and get 5,000 power for the turn. Cool. It can lock, like I said, at least 2 cards in one go. Literally unlocks everything on your board, so you can go ham with the locking of the stuff on your side of the field and then just immediately unlock them, lock your opponent's front row at the same time, and then literally every single Transos allows you to get 5k to someone. Overall, Transos is a pretty solid upgrade from its OG version, which was just CB2 when it was placed. Flip a copy of it, I believe, and then unlock everything that isn't locked. Unlock everything that was locked and then lock everything that was unlocked. But Transos all around very solid grade 3, has that nice offensive pressure to it, and I feel like I'm going to have to deal with that because my friend likes playing Messiahs. But without further ado, that is it for set 6, so I hope all of you enjoyed these reveals. Set 7 is going to have some fun stuff in it, especially with a card literally called the Guardian of the Moon or something like that, so you definitely know I'm looking forward to that. So see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch, and don't forget to snap your Vanguards.